From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the New England Patriots. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready. 8, read. Check. 154, 65. Snap.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Patriots, first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's see what you got.
Sony Michel, his first carry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I got you, son.
2nd and 6. This will be caught by Brown. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? If as a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Now, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. It's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
Go.
Back to throw again. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points we put on the board.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop.
2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Back to throw, Newton. He's going to look deep for Moore. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Dorsett. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man, it's Brown. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Antonio Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses. Without
a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
At the 28-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Come on, QB, come on.
Newton now to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emerson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run with Michelle. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Let's go now.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls.
2nd and 9 now. Gets it to Gordon. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Ready.
They're going to look to throw. Got his man. That's Harry. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready. 70, Indy. 54. Oh, you got deep? Yo, go. Hey, one set. Hit it.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Josh Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Carolina. 43 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it. They need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point try good by Gano, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And there is a flag as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. But who's this going to be against? Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask gets him a free 15 to start the drive. Back to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they run with Michel. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
2nd and 5. To Michel on the screen. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Ready, ready.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
It's a part now. Get it.
He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
There to stop him, Jawan Bentley. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
53 is the mark. There we go, here we go.
Operating from the gun, Newton. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm going to run you. Pilot, 64, weak. Kill.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Let's go, let's go.
On the ground, this is Michel. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The tackle made there by Kyler Fackrell.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Go. Smoke.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Mike 54.
Ready?
They'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. Third down here. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Sneak on second down. And, that is going to be a safety. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Ready, set.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Newton. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Dorsett on the return. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over first and 10.
Here we go, set, 60 Pittsburgh.
Mike 54. Let's go one more.
Big grip.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make this a...
At the 40-yard line.
Let's go now, 30 base.
Mike 54. Oh, dang, punt.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Set, 60 outlaw.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Get.
They'll look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Antonio Brown with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Newton. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 30 yards there. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Steps away to his left. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal.
I'm going back to you.
From the gun, here's Newton. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Pats at the line, ready to go, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Let's go, defense. Now.
Catch is made by Harry. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Okay, break.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. You ain't going nowhere.
They'll look to throw here. Got a man open, that's Harry. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Let it.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Ready.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. back to throw here. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Mike 54. Bandit. Bandit.
He'll drop to throw. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Foxborough. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
On the ground, Michelle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Okay, ready?
54. Mike 54. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Let's go.
Following the penalty, Michelle, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
New England on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
60 or.
Mike 54. You don't want that.
They'll run on first down. Michelle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
54. All day, baby. All day. All day.
Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Sony Michel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking. Strong here in the fourth quarter.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's got his target. That's more. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
I got him.
Throwing again. Newton. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Newton. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
A 50-yard attempt.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they've put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now the backup Kaiser to throw. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
You better be afraid of me. You better.
On 1st and 10, Newton. That one is caught by Hunt. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Here we go. You can set, but ain't
54. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want
to get it.
Newton on 1st down. And Thomas has it. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's Newton. Open man here is Conklin. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And they take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
Ready? 50. Hey, no. Mike 54.
And they will take a knee here. So this will